go and buy a coffee and find out what coffee the director likes and take them a cup of coffee?
That's what I'm saying. They're all a bunch of ass kids.
Really? Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, and that's the problem. I haven't taken one of them coffee. Every time I come, guess what? They cringe. And that's the way we want it. Because if you're going to stand between... What's that?
I want them to do their job, but I don't want them to overstep their bounds anywhere.
Well, and that's where city council should be coming in. They should be standing between doing your will to the city government, not allowing the city government to do to you. So, I mean, and I'm not saying that we want anarchy or anything else, that we want no government. We need government. But boy, I need them out of my life a lot. I need them in my life a lot less than they are right now.
But what I'm saying, what they've already done to Kumar could be reprehensible for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Because are you talking about fields? Are you talking about the fields and family? Is that what we're talking about?
No. What I'm talking about is anytime anybody from our city executive staff oversteps their bounds, they need to be held in check by the city council. And the minute that they're not, and they're buying these guys coffee, their favorite coffee, to be their buddy, we have an issue. So, no, it's not. But here's the thing is, I've never been afraid of hard work, and I've never been afraid to take on a challenge, and I'm definitely not one to tolerate a bully. And that's what we have right now. So let's do something about it. And you know what? What would be great for me, would be a great dream, is to be able to go in there, get some stuff done, say, you know what, the city's back on track. Why don't you, sir, run for city council? Why don't you, Thomas Burns, run for city council? Why don't some of the people here run for city council and let me out of this position that I really don't, not that I don't want it, I'm not going to say that. I do want to do it. I want to get in there and shake things up. But I want other statesmen to step up and say, you know what, it's my turn. I'll take the helm, and I will stand my watch for this city and for the people to make sure my government isn't overreaching. And that's what needs to happen.
How many city councilmen are there?
There's 5.
3 of them are not even from here.
And 3, well...
3 are not even from here.
Well, but the thing is it's not from here and there. They've got to live in the city, so they have a residence in the city. But it doesn't matter where they're from or anything else. Are they looking out for your rights is what you need to be asking.
What I'm saying, this has been going on
Exactly.
40 years now.
Well,
Marysville and City, the people that are running it are not from here.
and that's the reason. I don't care where they're from. I care about whether they're looking out for my rights or not. If you're looking out for my rights, great. But the problem is they haven't been looking out for my rights. So, no, they're working on it, and they're taking property to do it.
40 years, a long time.
Oh yeah, well, but that's the problem, and you heard what I just said. They're taking property to do it. There's a whole other issue. I mean, there's a whole lot of issues at the root of this thing, and everybody looks at, well, you're standing up for a 16-ounce beer. It's not about a 16-ounce beer. I just want to start at something that we could possibly change quickly, and let's start letting them know the people are coming, and we're not backing down.
I don't want them to take people's property.
No, exactly. And the people are coming, and we're not backing down. And if we're not going to let them take a right of a 16-ounce beer, it's going to be a heck of a lot harder to take bigger rights. So that's kind of my spiel. Yeah, Tom.
Some of us deal with the city, different agencies of the city. Attitude is disdain against you. They're talking down to you, and they have forgotten that they are a public servant. And what will you do to turn that around? I'm sick of it.
Well,
Especially in the police department or the police secretary, the dispatcher, all bad attitudes as far as that's what that's my question.
let me put it to you like this. This is how this system works. A quick and dirty rundown. Because a lot of people don't get this. The city administrator is at the will of the city council. Okay? So, he has a job. He's at the top. The city council can fire him. The executive staff, police chief, fire chief, planning director, community development director, all these directors, public works, are at the discretion of the city administrator. So he can fire them at will. They're at will employees, he can fire them. The employee down at the line staff, they have a union, they can get away with quite a bit, but the thing is that they tend to do their job and they tend to follow the lead. You'll find how you run your business or how you run your business, your employees kind of tend to follow your lead. If you're a good leader, they're going to follow that. If you're a bad leader, that's what they're going to follow. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that their staff is courteous, and if they're not, we're going to find out why through that leader. And if that leader can't fix it, then maybe it's time for him to go. And how we're going to do that is we're going to put pressure on that city administrator saying, you need to fix your city and fix your problem. And if you can't do it, by gosh, I'll find one that can. At $200,000 a year, trust me, I can find somebody else to be a city administrator and get this job done, I promise. So he needs to hold his people accountable. And guess what? Guess who gets to hold him accountable? Me and 2 other people once I win this thing. And guess who holds me accountable? You folks. So if you look at it and it operates the way it's supposed to, that city administrator should be at the wheel of everybody standing here. And if he's not, we're doing something wrong. And that's, I mean, really you look at it, the city council job is pretty easy. It's pretty simple. Ask the people what they want. Do their will. Stand up to a bully. Pretty simple job.
You know, most people want to be left alone.
Yep. Well, that's sure where I'm at. If I would have been left alone, I wouldn't even be running today. Because I'll tell you what, here's my issue. I woke up one day about 8 years ago and found out that I no longer lived in a free country. The way my dad made his living was gone. Can you fall timber anymore in the state of California? Not very easily. Better yet, can you trap in the state of California? Nope, not at all. No dogs. And can you gold dredge in the state of California? Nope. Guess what? My dad had a guide service. He ran hounds, hunted deer. He also dredged for gold. He was a timber faller by trade. My dad, at this point, if he wouldn't have passed away, could no longer provide for his family because of overregulation. We have an issue. And look at it. Everybody says, oh, well, you know, cutting the trees down was bad. We were destroying the forest. Guess what, folks? It's our only renewable resource. They grow back. There's more. And with some of the technology they have, they grow so fast. My dad cut in his 20 years, started coming around and cutting trees that he'd already cut once before. Cutting on the same ground. So guess what? It's a renewable resource. We're not destroying the forest. So, but we got to have overregulation on it. We need the government to point out what's the best way to do that. It's an issue. So, well, and that's an issue if you think about it. Because if you're not using the forest, it gets overgrown, and what happens? A lightning strike comes and burns the whole thing down. But instead, we want to overregulate that stuff. Let's regulate what the people do in every aspect of their life. Government is in every aspect of your life. I defy you to find something government isn't encroached in on your life right now.
I got another question.
Okay, one more.
Can you, as a city councilman, can you try and get constitutional training throughout the city?
Go ahead.
Sure.
Where the people understand what the Bill of Rights is? Thank you.
Sure, and why not? They can impose an ordinance on you. Why can't we impose a training on the city government? I mean, that's actually a really good question, and I say sure we can. I honestly don't know, but if it's our will to push back on the government, why couldn't we? And that's a very good point, Tom. That's something that I would love to look into, because obviously they need to pass on the Constitution for darn sure. And what it says about overstepping our rights, and overstepping their bounds, because they're doing it.
They all take solemn oaths to uphold and defend
How can you uphold and defend it if you don't know it? So maybe it's time they take a class and learn it. Which you figure in high school they would have got that, but maybe not.
I was calling
Live under
for.
law and order, Constitution.
She's gonna say that.